So then, everyone who is watching, hello and welcome. Yes, 2025 is the first live stream of 2025, and don't you worry, there will be another one coming up later on with the UEFA Europa League draw as well. With everyone here, hello and welcome to this live stream. And well, I cannot believe I am live. I cannot believe I'm finally live. It's mental. It's mental. But I am on. I was just testing myself then. But, well, yes. This draw is going to be something. Let me tell you this. This is going to be something. It will be very complicated, but don't you worry. I, like the viewer, will be confused with their mind, but we will do this together. We will brave out what will be with this Champions League draw. We do not know who we are going. We do not know the teams that are going to be played. We do not know that. And yeah, like I did say before, don't you worry, we will be having another live stream coming up later on with the UEFA Europa League draw, which will feature my beloved Manchester United. So that will be interesting. So that will you. We get to find out who Manchester United play. I mean, I do not know who Manchester United are going to play, but all I do know is this is going to be, like you said, a hectic draw. This is going to be confusing, but do you know what? Why not go through it with me? Why not go through it with me? That is all I am going to say. Just change that so I've got you can see more of my body. Yeah, by the way, we do have the addition of scarves. We have got some scarves. I've acquired some scarves from the games that I've seen at Old Trafford and put them all on here. So we have Rangers and Bode Glimt later for the Europa League, Bayern Munich and Barcelona for this draw, the Champions League. And then the main one, Real Betis Balompié, where the GOAT Anthony plays. We will be having that, well, just for a demonstration. I'm not going to be streaming the Europa Conference League. I will only be streaming the Champions League Europa League. But well, for the time being, why not? Why not have the scarves? Why not get ready? I mean, it's Champions League draw, baby. Bring it on. Bring it on. And there will be more live streams coming up later in the year. Do not worry with that one. There will be plenty coming your street with, well, the Champions League, Europa League, obviously the Copa del Rey final will be coming up soon. I did live stream that last year. Mallorca v Athletic Bilbao, that was fun. And then I did do the Europa League and the Europa Conference League. The Europa Conference League one was a little bit boring, but the Europa League was pretty fun. The Europa League was pretty fun to watch. We had a lot going on in that. We had a lot going on. So while they are here, they are currently talking about the teams right now. So while we are here, let's also talk about the teams. But this will be in a better way. Don't you worry. So there are all your teams that, well, you need to know for today's draw. So we have had the 16 teams going on there. We've had the likes of, well, Bayern Munich, Paris Saint-Germain, Club Brugge, on all of them teams, the most surprising one for me has to be probably Club Brugge. I mean, they were 24th, they played Atalanta, they beat them at home, beat them away. Altogether, they deserve to have that spot in the UEFA Champions League round of 16. So, that is why they are here. I mean, Atalanta, they're a hard team to beat. They're a hard team to beat. Just as Liverpool, they lost to them 3-0. And how they did beat Atalanta was brilliant. They found their way. They found a way. There was a youngster, I think Talbi, I think that's his name. He performed fantastic away at Bergamo. He performed fantastic, being influential in how they got through. He scored 2 goals to send them through to this stage for the first time for a long while. Put it this way. And also an interesting fact that I need to know is, it's the first time that 2 Dutch teams are in the round of 16 since 2006. I weren't even born then. So that is a very interesting fact that you can know. Very interesting fact that people know about and so on. So, you know, there you go. There you go. We're getting all serious now. They've brought on Giorgio Marchetti, who is he's basically the guy that coordinates all the draws. So that's all we do know. He will be on later. He will be on later when I will also be live streaming then. So yeah, do not worry. If this is the UEFA Champions League draw, the UEFA Europa League draw will be streamed in an hour's time, just like this, where you get to see my reaction to the ties. Can't beat a Vimto, by the way. Vimto is Vimto. Vimto is the GOAT of all drinks. I'm sorry, I know people might be saying some stuff, but yeah, Vimto is Vimto. You can't beat Vimto. You cannot beat the mighty Vimto. I'm going to put my phone right here so that then I can see who replies to the messages. If we do have a live chat going, then well, feel free to say anything. That's obviously associated with this. I did do a UEFA Champions League draw last year where I did do a reactionary thing similar to this, and well, a lot of people liked it. A lot of people did like it. A lot of people did. A lot of people didn't. But I thought, do you know what? Well, it's the last 16. This will be the last draw we have of the year, because there is going to be no more quarter-final draws, semi-final draws and all that. This is just going to be the last 16, the round 16, quarter-final, semi-final and final. So for everyone who is in it, we can find out their path. So we can find out who goes through and whatnot. We have a tiny feeling of what the last 16 ties are going to be. Like, Bayern Munich will play either... let me think now. Alright, that's a good example. PSG or Benfica will be playing Liverpool or Barcelona. Like that. Bayern Munich or Real Madrid will be playing Atletico Madrid or Bayer Leverkusen. So it's going to be a little bit like that with this draw. It's going to be a little bit like that. So, yeah. Like I did say, feel free to comment anything. If you do want to have a little comment, then well, I do not mind. I do not mind at the end of the day. If people reply, people reply. If people don't reply, people don't reply. We've got this Dutch geezer on now. There we go. All sorted. All sorted right here. Now this is a setup. This is a setup. You've obviously got this. And we are broadcasting here from a different room. We are doing this in a completely different room than before. Which is good, because this is where I will be streaming now for the foreseeable future. So, any live streams, all the games will be watched right here. Because, why not? Why not? We're going to stream it right here. We've got the blinds, we've got everything. Got a little dartboard. Sorted. So Pedro Pinto is with someone now. Yeah, now you can see the scarf. You can see the Rangers, Budapest, Bayern Munich, Barcelona, and Real Betis are just currently right there. So now they're just going through like the proceedings and all that. Yeah, so PSV or Feyenoord will play Arsenal or Inter Milan. Club Brugge or Dortmund will play Aston Villa or Lille. The other two seedings I did talk to you about before. So that's why. But the interesting thing is about this draw is we find out, like I did say before, you find out who like their route to the final and the seedings, because basically the seedings are going to be put in either blue seed or, well, for the Champions League, a lighter blue seed, which then, it's going to be a white seed or blue seed. Basically, that will affect the route to the final and all of that. If I'm honest, I'm a little bit confused, but do you know what? We'll go through it together. We'll go through it. We'll fight out together. Who do I think will win the Champions League? Do you know what? I'm not too sure. I mean, Real Madrid probably the favourites. Real Madrid and Liverpool are probably the favourites. Liverpool are the strongest team in the world right now. Either Liverpool or FC Barcelona are the strongest teams in the world, but you can't back against Real Madrid. You just can't back against Real Madrid. So I'm going to say if it is anything, it will be. I think the three favourites. I can't really call a winner, but the three favourites are Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Liverpool. I think if it is anyone who's going to win the Champions League, it's going to be of them three teams, because I don't think any other side has the depth to compete. Barcelona. They are one of the standout teams in the world right now. Obviously, with Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, and Robert Lewandowski, them three are very good. They are very, very good. So now it's just talk about the quarter-final draw, and the quarter-final draw is a little bit confusing. But like you said, there is a white bracket or grey bracket and a blue bracket. This will be the same for the UEFA Europa League. So after I watch this draw, I will get a better understanding of how the UEFA Europa League draw will be shown. Which I can't wait. I can't wait. Also, then when it's the quarter-final draw, then the first draw that's picked, the first team that is picked out of the hat, will have the first leg. So, if it's Manchester United, draw. If it's Manchester United, then draw us first. I would rather play home first, because we are terrible at home. We're terrible away too, but at least away we show something. At least away we are slightly better. At home we are goddamn awful. So, for the UEFA Europa League draw, please draw us first. I want us to be drawn at home first, and then the second leg can be away. I mean, I don't know why I'm really saying that, because it is better to, play away first. It's better play away first than home second, but just because we are that bad at home this season, the reason why I want us to be first is so that then we get it out of the way. Good result, maybe, I don't know, 3-0, 3-1 result, quarter-final, get that out of the way, and then all that. That's what I am bothered about. So yeah, but if we're just talking about the procedures and that, which I know a lot of people will find very, very confusing, but, well, for me, it gives me a better understanding of how this draw is going to be run, and that's all I'm interested about. Now the proceedings are done. Phew. Now let's get our heads racked up with all of this draw news. Let's get all our heads racked up, and why not? So we're going to do all the draws, but this is how the last 16 is turned out. So Paris Saint-Germain can play either Liverpool or Barcelona. So then, yeah, pairing 1 to 2 Liverpool and Barcelona, pair 3 to 4 Arsenal and Inter, pairing 5 and 6 Atletico Madrid and Bayer Leverkusen, pairing 7 to 8 Lille and Aston Villa. Yeah, I think similar to that question, I think Liverpool, Barcelona and Real Madrid are the 3 contenders. They are the 3 that are miles away in this competition. They are miles ahead. Right, so who's going to be the first one drawn? I think we're going between 7 or 8. So the first one drawn is Aston Villa. Aston Villa. Good evening. Aston Villa. So they will play either Club Brugge or... Oh no, the first one is Club Brugge. So it's Club Brugge v Aston Villa. I bet Villa fans, you are delighted with that one. You are delighted. I mean, going to the Westfalenstadion, going to Dortmund would have been a task. But, well, you're playing against Club Brugge, which, yeah, is that. I mean, I'm a little bit confused. I mean, I don't know why. They haven't drawn out Club Brugge. They've just drawn out the league position and then drawn Lille. And that. So this means Lille will play Borussia Dortmund. Yes. So the first leg will be at the Jan Breidel Stadion for Villa. The second leg will be at Villa Park. Villa fancy themselves. I think Villa can go through to the quarter-final with that. I think that is a... It's a reasonable draw. It's reasonable for Aston Villa. They if they played Atalanta, then they would have been in trouble. But I think Club Brugge they can beat. I can't remember if they played Club Brugge in the Europa Conference League last season. I can't remember. Right now, Atletico Madrid's been drawn, so they will be playing against Real Madrid. Ooh! Give us a bit of that. We've got a Madrid derby in the last 16. That'll be good. That will be tasty. A Madrid derby in the round of 16. That will also mean Bayern Munich will be playing Bayer Leverkusen, which will also be a very interesting tie. First leg will be in Leverkusen at the Bayer Arena. Second leg will be at the Allianz Arena in Munich. So, the first leg will be at the Allianz Arena. Second leg will be at the Bayer Arena. Well. What? I mean, this is what UEFA wanted. UEFA wanted a competition that would be like this, where teams can play anybody out of the hat and all sorts. I don't really get that, though. So I'm guessing if we finish third, we will play AZ Alkmaar, Manchester United, because they were the seed lower than Real Sociedad. Arsenal's Martin Keown, he was on the Europe show before. Arsenal will play PSV. That will be a good game. It'll be a very underrated game. I think that has the potential to be the best tie of the round. Just because I think the way how both teams play. PSV, very attacking side. Arsenal, very attacking side. Obviously, they'll have Bukayo Saka back, hopefully for them. So that will bring a lot of momentum. Who do Internazionale have? Inter have Feyenoord. Now, that for Inter should be easy. That for Inter should be them going through to the quarterfinals. That should be them going through to the quarterfinals. But Arsenal v PSV, that is a belter of a tie. Right, so the next team we have here is either going to be Liverpool or Barcelona. And it is Liverpool. So who will Liverpool play first? Liverpool will play... Paris Saint-Germain. That's a tie. Now that is a brilliant tie. Potentially. I mean, the way our PSV played against Juventus, then they could be a team to watch. PSV, but obviously you can't doubt Arsenal because of obviously Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard, even that Ethan Nwaneri, who is doing fantastic stuff at the minute. Benfica do have Barcelona, a rematch of the 5-4 game, arguably one of the best ties, or arguably one of the best games in the entire Champions League history. That one, and they have a rematch. First leg, however, will be at the Stade de Luge. Luckily for Benfica, second leg will be at the Camp Nou, or the Montjuïc, the Olympic Stadium. So, that's how it's all turned out then. So, Paris Saint-Germain will be playing Liverpool, belter of a tie, first leg at PSG, second leg at Anfield. That has prospects to be a big tie. PSG v Liverpool, because, well, PSG have been magnificent in the Champions League, like the last couple of games. The first start, they had a shaky start, similar to Bayern Munich, but then they stood their ground, they did well, obviously beat Stade Brestois, and then that's it. So, the first one drawn is the winners of the round of 16-1, which is between Club Brugge and Aston Villa. So, who will they play then? It says winners last 16 too. We know all of his stuff, don't we? Oh, so Paris or Liverpool will play Club Brugge or Aston Villa. That's brutal. I mean, that is brutal. Liverpool, they should get to the semi-finals. They should get to the semi-finals with that path. But, in the league on Tuesday, when Villa did play Liverpool, that was a tough game. That was 2-2. So that was a very tough game. Very, very tough game, that one. The last 16-3, that was between Real Madrid and Athletic Club. Athletic Bilbao. Atletico Madrid will play PSV or Arsenal. So, sorry Arsenal. I think you pretty much knackered. Real Madrid, good path back to the semi-finals. If they beat Atletico, which for me will be the hardest game, they'll have either PSV or Arsenal. PSV are a hard team. Arsenal are okay, but I think Real Madrid can beat Arsenal. I think Real Madrid can beat Arsenal on their given day. So now it's Borussia Dortmund or Lille, which will play Benfica or Barcelona. Good tie back for Barcelona. If it is anything. Good tie back for Borussia Dortmund. I mean, they need this competition because they have been god-awful in the Bundesliga. They are, I think they're 11th in the Bundesliga, which is, for BVB, not good at all. Bayern Munich, alright, that will Bayern Munich start. We'll play the round of 16 of 8, so that will mean Feyenoord or Inter Milan. I think we'll play Bayern Munich or Leverkusen. Bayern Munich, Inter Milan, that is a tie. Rematch of the 2010 Champions League final, that one, at the Estadio Santiago Bernabeu. That was when Inter Milan and Jose Mourinho won the treble with Inter Milan. They won the Scudetto, the Coppa Italia, and the UEFA Champions League. So now it's the semi-final draw, I want to say. I'm not sure, I think so. So that will mean, let's have it to 4, because it is the semi-finals. Yeah, like you say, we will be streaming later on for the UEFA Europa League draw. So, anyone who is watching this, then stay tuned later on for when I will find out who my team plays. So, the winners of quarterfinal 2 will play the winners of quarterfinal 1. Okay, so that could potentially be Liverpool v... Oh, I'm not sure. I'll have to see obviously later on. The winners of quarterfinal 3. What I might need is that bracket. For the Europa League, I will use that bracket, because then it gives me a clear indication. Tell you what, though, it's not a great draw. It's not a great draw, this. I mean, we know what's playing. We know who's playing. We know who is in the right allocation and that. Because the winners of quarterfinal 3 will play the winners of quarterfinal 4. I think that's the end of the draw. I don't know, though. So, are they going to show the last 16, or are they showing the path? They're showing the path. So that could mean it could be Real Madrid v Liverpool semi-final. And then in the round of 16, I tell you what, if I'm Barcelona or Bayern, I fancy my chances. I fancy my chances of getting into that final, looking at this path. Barcelona, for me, have a good path to the semi-finals. Same as Bayern Munich. Could be Barca v Bayern Munich, and then Real Madrid v Liverpool. Could potentially have a Real Madrid Bayern Munich final. Or a Liverpool Bayern Munich final. Who knows? But if I'm there, I fancy them 4 teams. I think the path for them has opened up massively. They could have played hard teams, but I mean, they are playing hard teams, but they're playing easier teams, that is for sure. They're playing easier teams than, well, I thought, put it that way. So, I think that's the draw finished. I think that is the draw finished. So, what I will do now is I will clarify with you the ties one more time, because then it gives me a better indication then on what we've just witnessed. Because I can't have my head around it. I am still very, very confused with what has happened. I know I shouldn't be, because it has literally just happened, but I'm still very confused. Anyway, still very confused. Right, where are we? Pots, procedure. I'm still very confused. Right, so there we go. So Paris Saint-Germain have drawn Liverpool. The winners of that game will play Club Brugge or Aston Villa. Real Madrid v Atletico. The winners of that will play PSV or Arsenal. Feyenoord v Inter. The winner of that will play Bayern Munich or Bayer Leverkusen. Inter v Bayern will probably be the most likely one. Or it could be Inter v Bayer Leverkusen, which still would be a good tie. Bayer Leverkusen are the only team this season in the Champions League to actually defeat Inter Milan. Then we've got Borussia Dortmund v Lille, Barcelona v Benfica. They would play together, so that'll be interesting. And then the winners of that one between Paris, Liverpool, or Club Brugge Villa will play Real Madrid or Atleti, PSV or Arsenal. That's a hard group. Then for the winner of final, the Inter by Munich by Leverkusen, which could be, I think, Inter v Bayern Munich, will play the winners of Dortmund v Lille or Benfica or Barcelona. So that looks like, in my opinion, it's going to be Barcelona v Bayern Munich semi-final, for my opinion. And then the winners of that will play in the final, I think. So that's what it's going to be. That was very confusing, but do you know what it is? What it is? It is what it is. So just like that, then I will get going. I will go, and I will be seeing you soon in half an hour for the UEFA Europa League draw, which hopefully, now could I understand the draw, won't be as confusing as that. Because that wrecked my head a little bit. So, great to talk to you. Great everyone who was in the stream, who contributed, and all that. Thank you very much. Thanks, Darren. As just like that, I'll get going. See you soon. Stay safe. Bye-bye.